so welcome to today's video. Today we are talking about being addicted to drama, because yes, that is a real thing. You can be addicted to drama, you can be addicted to anxiety, like it's a real thing, and that's what we're going to talk about today, so you can see how sometimes the drama and the mess and the like stuff that be going on in your life, how it's actually, under your control, And so we're going to talk about that so you can understand how to change it. For those of you who are new to me, I'm Shaneil. I'm a reinvention strategist and coach. Welcome to my channel. On this channel, we talk about spirituality, sexuality, and success. So if that is your area that you want to learn more about, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out when we do new videos, and make sure to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. So enough of that. Let's dive into addiction and being addicted to drama. So the first thing that we need to know, the first thing that we need to talk about when it comes to drama and addiction to drama is, what is addiction, right? Addiction is this insatiable, unquenchable, uncontrollable need to go towards stimulus, right? To a stimulus, a specific substance, person, thing, experience. Like addiction is this dependence and compulsion towards a specific thing. Okay, so that's first of all, you need to get that out of the way. And if you think about like the center of addiction and like how they define addiction, they talk about how addiction affects the brain and the body. Okay, so let's go into how drama actually can create this addiction to drama, right? Sometimes you see people and they're very toxic. A lot of times they're not trying to be toxic. No one wakes up and says, you know what, world, today I'm gonna be toxic. Today I'm gonna be angry and I'm gonna ruin everybody's day and I'm gonna be toxic. No one wakes up and says that, right? So a lot of times when someone is being in that mode, they don't even realize they're being in that mode because it's something within them that they aren't aware of, which is why I'm bringing light to it right now, which maybe it's you, maybe you're that person, or maybe it's somebody that you know. But addiction to drama is because when we are experiencing stress, when we're experiencing anxiety or any kind of tense situation, our bodies release different hormones, right? Our bodies release different hormones and chemicals, things like histamine, things like cortisol, right? When we are happy and things like that, our body releases dopamine as well. So our bodies release chemicals all the time, right? So if you walk into a room and somebody says boo and they scare you, your body in that moment releases chemicals, and those chemicals send a signal to your brain to say, be aware, be alert, there's things happening, pay attention. It sends feelings to your brain. When something good happens and your body releases a lot of dopamine and you're like happy, your body says, oh wow, this is a happy moment, you feel good, you feel alive, right? When you go in a room and when the sun is setting and the place begins to become dark, your body releases melatonin, and melatonin says to your body and your brain, okay, it's time to fall asleep. It's time to fall asleep. So our bodies are these incredible machines, these incredible temples that release different chemicals that tell our brain and our body to do different things. Melatonin, go to sleep, adrenaline, that fight or flight kind of feeling, the adrenaline, like all these things. Our bodies are powerful and they release all these incredible chemicals. Here's the thing though, when your body releases a chemical, that experience that you have in that moment is kind of like when you see somebody and they're the adrenaline junkies, right? So you jump out of a plane and you're scared, but when you do it and you're finished and you're like, wow, I did it. And your body releases all this dopamine, so then you want that hit again. It's kind of like somebody who maybe they took some kind of drug, like a hard drug, or even cigarettes. You have the nicotine, so then your body's like, oh wow, I felt this high, I want to feel it again. So your body goes again to have that feeling, but this time, instead of it being a substance that you're taking from outside, your body's actually producing this chemical. And so when you come into a situation of having an argument or some kind of drama, some kind of anger, these kinds of things, your body is releasing adrenaline and cortisol and histamine, and your body senses this high intense situation and it's like alert. All of a sudden your eyes are wider, your ears are hearing clear, you're smelling, like all your senses are becoming activated, and your brain is saying,
whoa, what's going on here?
what is this? Whoa! It's like a roller coaster ride, right? It's scary as hell, but there's like this thrill secretly at the end of it. You know, there's like this whoa. And if you think about when you're in drama or any kind of arguments and things, there's usually this kind of roller coaster feeling. And it's because in your body is feeling that way and is releasing those things. So what happens is you had an argument and maybe you went back to being calm and nice and normal and you're happy and life is normal, and your body and your brain is like, oh my God, this is so boring. Like, oh, this is so lame. Like, I want to feel that way again. Subconsciously, this is not a conscious thought. I want you to know that this is not something conscious. Nobody's sitting down saying, you know what, let me go pick a fight so I can have more histamine flow through my body. Nobody's saying that. But your subconscious mind is hungry for it. So it automatically thinks, okay, when was the last time I had this experience? Well, when I was arguing with that person, or when I spoke to that person, or when I'm around those people, or when I watch these types of things. And so you're like, okay, let me get my fix. And you go back and you watch again. And then you get that fix, you know, just like an addict who they get the fix and then it wears off. And then you go again and you go back around those people and then you're arguing about the same thing and you're talking about the same thing. And so it is this cycle. And what happens is that not only did you begin to have that experience, but now it has become a habit. Now you become compulsive at speaking to people who rile you up. You become an expert at scoping out situations and topics, and your brain begins to interpret the slightest thing. Somebody says to you, wow, you smell really nice. You smell really nice today. Your brain scopes out, and instead of saying thank you, your brain scopes out and says, so are you telling me I smell stink other days? You know, like your brain is looking for, because it wants that hit of that histamine and of the adrenaline, and it wants to feel that way again. So how do you fix that? Because I know you're like, oh my God, this is so me. This is me. I am addicted to drama. Oh my gosh. And this is something that you would never admit. You'd probably go into an argument with someone later today, and the same people who you get around in that kind of environment, and you're probably gonna go like tell them, oh, you're addicted to drama, but deep inside you know that it's you. And bear in mind, I can say this because I had to deal with this myself. Like some years ago, I had to go through and do like a whole drama detox and like detoxify my life. So how can you detoxify your life from drama? How can you fix that? Well, the first thing is to actually remove yourself from the stimulus, you know? It's just like when someone is going to be coming off alcohol or coming off cocaine or cigarettes or whatever. You have to remove yourself from the stimulus. You have to take yourself out of the environments that trigger the desire for that. So for example, when somebody's quitting smoking, you know, they may find that they smoke when they're thinking, or they smoke when they're on the phone, or they smoke when they're stressed. So it is about removing the situations that trigger the desire for the cigarette. And it's the same with you. If you know that getting around a certain type of person or watching a certain type of show on TV riles you up, and listening to a certain type of music or topics gets you irritated, it's for you to slowly weed those things out of your life and replace them with things that create new neural pathways, right? So if in your brain is releasing let's say you like dance, and your body does release adrenaline and these kinds of things as well, but that's an action that is more beneficial than the drama and the fights and the aggression, right? So this is where when you feel yourself coming on, you go and you have to make the conscious decision to go and work out or go and do something else. But removing the stimuli is one of the first things. The second thing is to understand, what are you avoiding? My dear, this is the solution. What are you avoiding? Because many times when people go and drink, or when someone goes and does drugs or smokes or something, they're avoiding, or even food addiction. I remember I used to be an emotional eater. If I had a decision to make, I would find myself opening the fridge door and eating something. Not because I was hungry, but because I was avoiding making certain decisions. So when I realized that I was using food as an escape, I was able to then observe myself walking to the fridge and then saying, oh, wait, Shaneil, what's going on here? What's the real problem? And I would talk to myself. It didn't matter if people thought talking to yourself makes you crazy. I was just like talking to myself, and I'm like, girl, why are you standing here in front of the fridge? You know you're not hungry. And I'm like, oh my God, but I don't want to do that thing. Oh, that thing. So then I go and I actually dialogue with myself. Or if you have a mentor or a coach, I do coach my clients through things like this, but if you have a mentor or a coach, you can go through and actually have them coach you through that problem so you can resolve it and get the solution. But it's very important that you understand what the triggers are. It's never the alcohol, the drug, the drama, all those things are just escapes from the real underlying issue. So it's so for example, maybe you're the kind of person that you're always showing up late to places, and I know I've had this problem as well in the past. And sometimes you show up late, and a lot of times it's because of the underlying belief of wanting to be seen. You want people to see you. You want to be seen, right? So if you realize, okay, I want to be seen. Why is it I want to be seen? Well, I don't believe this. And you go through all the reasons why you don't feel you're seen, why you don't feel you're acknowledged, why you don't feel you're loved. And once you are able to resolve those issues, you no longer show up late because you want people to see you. You can be early because you're not trying to get attention. And it's the same with the drama. It's the same with alcohol and all those things. So this is just a little bit of, this is just a little taste, a little hint of, the thing about being addicted to drama. There's so many other things like pet therapy. Having a pet can really help because you're allowing yourself to use other modalities to deal with your issues rather than burying it under arguments and shouting and drama and all these kinds of things. So also another thing too, when we're watching dramatic things and stuff, it makes us feel better about ourselves, right? So like, for example, if you watch like E! News or like the Wendy Williams show or whatever kind of drama channel or thing that you're watching, what happens is you're watching people's demise, and then it makes you feel a little bit better about yourself. So then there's like a dopamine there where you're like, oh, okay, my life's not that bad, right? So it's like understanding what you're avoiding and then dealing with that, because then you won't need to search for validation in other things or other people or other situations. Got it? Good. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment below and tell me, do you think you've been addicted to drama, or have you experienced people in your life and in your family and in your friend squads that have been addicted to drama? And yeah, comment, let me know what your take on this topic is. Leave me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and as always, there's so many good stuff for you in the description box. I have surprises and prizes and all kinds of goodies and freebies and free gifts and things for you in there, so make sure to check that, and I'll see you on my next video. Talk to you soon. Kisses, peace, and love to you. Ciao.